is a risk, and life's about chances. She like to take trips. I like how she dances. The world is an oyster. Today is a canvas. Tomorrow is a promise, and yesterday vanished. I'll never know what to say. I'll never know what to say until one day I found out everything's a game. Shout it out quick, but you don't got the answers, and that's okay, cause nothing really matters. I'd give you a ring, but we ain't on Saturn. Let's take a trip and meet the Mad Hatter. Gravity stops and we start to float. You holding on a tree, but I think you should let go. And we're gonna go where we do not know, and come back better than we were before. I'll never know what to say. I'll never know what to say until one day I found out everything's a game. To forget, to live each day your very best, but I can't live with regrets because I won't forget. So I'ma be right here living for the moment, live for the day, I don't care about after, cause in the end it really doesn't matter. Today begins my happy ever after. Happy ever after. Happy ever after. Happy ever after. Whoa.
Yeah. People say, yo, where you from, boy? New York? Jersey? No, you from Philly. Somewhere like that, right? They're like, where you from? Yo, I'm from VA. VA. Yeah, baby, I'm from VA. VA. You get that, now that two up, two down, two up, two down. Neighbors get up in ya. That's how we do in Virginia. I'm from VA. VA. Yeah, baby, I'm from VA. VA. You get that, now that two up, two down, two up, two down. Tide water, Nova, 804. Neighbors get up in ya. That's how we do in Virginia. We push that hello weight and then we flip that mega tender. Oh, you ain't remember the balling's our agenda. Out of town to see the taxes moving here, they reconsider. I customize that glass slipper, you putting dogs in the wrong shoe. Coming for that queen cone, that's something that you won't do. Oh, you think you wrong, boo? I got a song for you, but I'ma finesse this VA anthem because we coming through. VA, VA, yeah, baby, I'm from VA. VA, you get that, now that two up, two down, two up, two down. Neighbors get up in ya. That's how we do in Virginia. I'm from VA, VA, yeah, baby, I'm from VA. VA, you get that, now that two up, two down, two up, two down. Tide water, Nova, 804. I was born in the Commonwealth, so I'm smarter than most. We have so many great colleges, it's so easy to boast. HBCU, VUU, VSU, HU, VCU is the juggernaut. Buying up all the damn block, but I'ma rep that ODU, and yes, I'm alumni. I got that lion in the heart, so baby boy, don't try. Common sense, street smarts, sexy splitter, that part, trifecta complete. I got bars longer than Hall Street. Oh, months of 11, I was in 757. Took advantage of the fact I was in Tidewater heaven. Open mics, showcases, dope places, all around. Cadillacs, Queensway, Shockers, they held me down. So it's a must, I gotta wear the crown. I'll be the GOAT before I put the mic down. VA raised me. get up in ya. That's how we do in Virginia. I'm from PA. PA. Yeah, baby, I'm from PA. PA. You can't deny that two up, two down, two up, two down. Tide water Nova, 804. PA. PA. Yeah, baby, I'm from PA. PA. You can't deny that two up, two down, two up, two down. Lyrics get up in ya. That's how we do in Virginia. I'm from PA. PA. Yeah, baby, I'm from PA. PA. You can't deny that two up, two down, two up, two down. Tide water Nova, 804. I told ya. 804. I told ya. 757, baby, I told ya. 540, baby, I told ya. 703, baby, I told ya. 804, baby, I told ya. 434, baby, I told ya. 540, baby, I told ya. 757, baby, I told ya. Yeah, baby, I'm from PA. Yeah, baby, I'm from PA.
What up, everybody? You already know what time it is. It's consulting time. And yeah, I had, listen. You know, I had to come back with, yeah, baby, I'm from VA because I don't want y'all to ever forget one thing about it. I rep VA to the fullest. I'm in GA now, but I'm from VA. And I rep the 434 to the fullest. My small hometown, love it to death. If it weren't for growing up in the last capital of the Confederacy, I would not be who I am today. So one thing about it, you never forget where you come from, but you grow and you continue to move and do the things that you need to do to be successful, and never forget where you come from. One of the lessons that I think is one of the greatest lessons my parents taught me was that you always leave home in such a way that you can return, and return without stain or blemish. So I just want to drop those jewels for y'all now. All right, so let's dive right in. It's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over here on this East Coast, and I'm super duper hyped because South Carolina is my other state. And anybody that know me know that South Carolina is my other state simply because that Jones family, the Jones and the Johnson side of my family, they all straight out of South Carolina. So I really do hold South Carolina near and dear to my heart, just like I do DC and Jersey. So shout out to South Carolina. And tonight, Norfside Donn is actually out of Aiken. So this gonna be an interesting conversation because I know we about to have some fun. And he has a couple of things going on, and I think it's great because in a couple of days he is going to be dropping something super. So Northside Donn, if you ready, listen, have you taken that shot yet? That's all I'm saying. I just want to make sure because I need the people to see you take this shot. Northside Donn, ladies and gentlemen, what's up?
What's happening with it? What's happening with it? How y'all doing?
All right, so let's dive right in. Tell everybody, other than I already told them you from Aiken, South Carolina, shout out to South Carolina, but tell everybody a little bit about you and what they can expect to get from you tonight.
I mean, you know, a down to earth, humble, you know, thankful, and just on a mission to conquer a whole lot that's out there for grabs, you know what I'm saying? Like we got a lot in store. So I'm just excited and thankful, you know what I'm saying?
I like that. I like that already. Gratitude. You know, so many people feel like they exist in this world on their own. And I love the fact that you said you just thankful. You are just thankful. So Donn, what first got you into music?
It's a family thing, you know, it run through the bloodline. My pops used to rap, you know, my uncle um used to sing. He was signed to LaFace back in '98. So it's family ties, you know, it's bloodline shit, you know.
Okay, now do you feel like You sound like your dad? Like, do you feel like you have some similarities, or do you try to stray far away?
I think we got more similarities who we are as individuals, not necessarily artists.
Okay.
You know, him being in the '80s era, that was a whole different time. So
Understood, understood. Now, I know that you are a signed artist. Tell
mhm.
me a little bit about what the transition was like from just being, an artist that's doing music, or an undiscovered artist, so to speak, and then moving into being a signed artist. Talk to us a little bit about what that process looked like.
I mean, I gotta file taxes now. You know what I'm saying? I've been filing taxes on music since. You know what I'm saying? It's probably been since 2013. I've been filing the taxes. So every year I do my taxes, I have to turn in my pay stubs for music, or I get voided, red flag and shit. So you
Listen,
know,
can you run that back? Just say that one more time, because I don't think the people understand that you just said the difference between you just doing music and actually being a signed artist and really making something happen is the fact that you're filing taxes, which means you've established yourself as a business. Is that what I hear you saying?
in a sense, yeah. And the reason why I say in a sense, because I don't want to cliche me establishing myself in the business, because you got a lot of folk that's got LLCs with nothing really attached to it. So I don't I say that in a sense, you know what I'm saying? But we've been filing taxes on the music since 2013.
Hence why this is called It's Consulting Time. Guys, listen up. You just heard it from an artist himself. Since 2013, he has been filing taxes. So he is an artist who is working. So he is emerging out here. I'm just saying I needed to put that out there. But anyway, let's get off of that. Let's talk about you, Northside Donn. All right. Describe your sound. How would you describe your sound?
It's kind of like you were just describing. It's a transition. Coming from where I come from, being from the South, being from Aiken, you get a lot of influences from obviously Atlanta. You get a lot of influences from Memphis and Florida and just different parts of the South. But what's so interesting about South Carolina is you got a lot of people from South Carolina that are from New York, that's here in South Carolina, or like from South Carolina, but they spend a lot of time in New York, vice versa, Jersey. Uh, it's people from South Carolina and South Carolina from everywhere. So it's like the perfect thing about South Carolina that's better than Georgia. And you don't really compare South Carolina and Georgia. It's like Atlanta and Georgia. So it's like a city versus a state. So we should have a one up, being that it's like a whole state competing against one city, but we don't. But that's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, like just the melting pot of different sounds you get influenced by. Like this project in particular was influenced a lot by Black Rob Life Story album and DMX Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. And it's a coincidence because I recorded this in October of last year. Those guys were still alive at the time. So, it's unfortunate how things they manifested, that they done died 2 weeks before this project coming out, and that's what was influenced by. So the sound is a transition because I'm coming out of the South. I'm 26 years old. I'm the same age as King Von, but I'm in more of the Freddie Gibbs and Nipsey Hussle lane. I'm in more of the Starlito, Don
Salute.
Trip lane. So it's different. It's
Salute.
different.
Salute. Salute. I love it. I love it. Now, let's jump into kind of you being signed, but also you had a label and management company. Tell us a little bit about that. Like, what was it? It was NHNG?
Right.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
how did you kind of transition into that? Or was that because, you were an artist and you started to transition into getting your business in order?
It had something to do with both things because when I got my deal, it was a solo deal. It wasn't like a label situation at first until I got my deal, but I end up putting out music by myself despite having my deal. So when the label seen how good the music did without me having their backing, despite the fact I had their backing, they was like, well, shit, we'll give you the keys to your own house then. Fuck it, But the thing about that is when they give you the keys to your own house, your name ain't necessarily on the lease. You know what I'm saying? So it's
What? Run it back. I need you to say that one more time for the children all the way down the street.
yeah, when a lot of times you have situations where a label will give you a label deal, but you don't necessarily own the situation. You may own your label, but you don't own the situation at hand. So when things go down, your label can go with it. It's just like, a kind of Snoop situation a little bit. How Suge owned a lot of the property and had a lot of that in Death Row name. That's kind of a situation I was in. So when a lot of shit started to go left, my label went with it in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So uh I got the deal because I was grinding on my own. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really waiting or depending on nobody. So they gave me a label deal. And when they gave me a label deal, I kept my solo deal aside from my label deal. So when that happened, uh, it manifested perfect because I still ended up putting out my own music throughout my own label, despite the fact I had a label deal. That's one of the benefits of being independent. You know what I'm saying? And it all worked out for the best, even though, it was a tough fight to get out of the situation I was in. It ended up working out for the best.
You know what, guys, if you're just checking in, it's consulting time with your girl Lily Mae, and I am definitely enjoying this trip to Aiken, South Carolina, and chopping it up with Northside Donn, who is very articulate, very knowledgeable. And you know what's interesting? I talk to a lot of people that got all the answers. I mean, they have all the answers. I don't care what you talk to them about. They have the answer. And the interesting thing is they got all the answers, but their business not in line. And I love the fact that not only do you have the answers, but you're also still seeking understanding, wisdom, and knowledge relative to this industry. And you're doing your thing. And because of that, if I'm not mistaken, aren't you the first artist from South Carolina to be featured on Spotify's release radar?
Right.
Oh, okay, okay.
Right.
So, with that being stated, tell us what's about to happen on April the 30th.
Well, okay. Everything working full circle. 8 years ago, I put out my third mixtape, I'm on My Way, which was the mixtape that got me my deal. That's how the guy out of Chicago discovered me. And this was around the time where Chief Keef and Reese, Herb. So he had a lot to do with that drill scene coming out around that time. So that's how he got the opportunity to have a platform to discover me. And it was because of that mixtape. So I'm putting out my 11th mixtape, Ready Rock, which is gonna come out April 30th, which is the 8th year release of I'm on My Way. One of my most successful solo projects, and kind of just touching back on the NHNG situation. I'm on My Way was the reason we came up with the idea of love starting no hype, no glory. That was the foundation, that mixtape. That was the first mixtape where I can honestly say niggas in my city was playing me. Like they was bumping me like niggas I didn't know and niggas I did know. Like I know my man's rolled around I'm on My Way probably like to about 2015, 16, about 3 years straight, So um it's a blessing because having NHNG, I had a situation where I had a lot of artists and I had a lot of people around me, models, a lot of what you see today, like what you see with Rock Nation today, that's what I had back then in 2016 to 17. I even had athletes. I had MMA fighters. I had guys that was looking to get, overseas basketball, all type of stuff. So, but I had all that, but I had all that with nothing to give nobody. And that's one thing I learned. Like before you got Key Glock, you got Young Dolph. You can't put nobody on until you put yourself in a certain position. Like until I can hand somebody and provide somebody with a $40,000 radio budget, they don't need to be my artist. So, you fast forward to Ready Rock, it's 338 imprint, and I don't have an artist. I got A&Rs, and I got a publicist, and I got consultants, and I got marketing. I got a team behind the scenes that's helping pushing me versus a bunch of rappers around me like then.
Listen, y'all. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just gonna drop the mic and let Northside Donn have it. If y'all have not heard what he said, Donn, you legit just gave all the free game and knowledge in the world, what the label and myself preach all the time. Everybody feel like they gotta have this entourage of people around them that's not doing nothing. Yes, when you go into these shows and stuff, you do need your hype man, but you need a team, like you said, consultants, your publicists, people that actually have the knowledge and have field specific experience that can help you. And you literally just said that. I'm gonna tell you something else you said that's super duper dope. This is something that I say a lot of times. I see everybody on Instagram saying, oh, I'm gonna get you signed, oh, this and that. And my thing is, how you preaching you gonna get somebody else signed when you ain't even got your own artist signed? So you really just sealed the deal on everything I've been preaching. Northside Donn, you are spectacular. I love your knowledge of the business. I love the fact that you have been working in your craft almost a decade. So keep it up. Let everybody know where they can find you on social media and any shout outs you want to give. Let's get it going.
Oh, Northside Donn on all platforms, at Northside Donn. That's Norf, Norf, not Nawf. Like a lot of y'all Atlanta folks. Shout out to Atlanta. Y'all got that, the North for sure. But it's North, Norfside, and then Donn with two N's, Donn on everything. That's Instagram, Facebook, all that. And then as far as shout outs go, shout out to the label 338 Imprint. Shout out to Symphonic Distribution. Been rocking with me the last going on 6 years ever since I departed from Ingrove. So shout out to Mr. Jorge, his wife Miss Jeanette, in marketing. Shout out to all the label reps over there from Symphonic, the whole team in Tampa, Florida, and New York. Been sticking with me through the mixtapes and singles without an album. That's a blessing, because they could have been said, look, hey, we got to let you go because we need an LP. You know what I'm saying? And you know the game, so you know how that go. They've been sticking with me through singles, depression, therapy, mixtapes. There's another mixtape they just stuck with me through. You know what I'm saying? Despite the fact that mixtapes can get monetized now, it still ain't an album. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Symphonic Distribution. Shout out to my team, High Life, RP, my nigga Cook. Shout out to my brother Savage Man, DC, my boy Deuce, my boy Toon, my boy KK Kettle, honorary members, but I can't forget about my boy Mello, my right-hand man, label exec. Shout out to Aisha, Nightmare Projects. Shout out to the Dare Agency, Bree. And shout out to you for having me, Lily May, Southern Belle. You say you kin to some Joneses out of South Carolina, man. You might be kin. You know my real name, Mike Jones.
Because I'm going to tell you, them Jones men used to get it in back in the day. So I'm trying to tell you, we probably are somewhere down there.
My name my name Mike Jones now, so you might need to do some homework. We might be kin.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen. We're gonna have to get on that offline, and definitely shout out to Bree. She is so articulate and on top of things. I thoroughly have enjoyed, working with her. And for real, Northside Donn, salute to you because you really, really came on here and did exactly what this platform is about. It's consulting time, and you gave the people information, and that's what it's all about. So for you, thank you for coming to my platform and giving the people what I strive to give them day in and day out. So I thank you for that.
For sure. And before I go, I ain't trying to have the last word on your platform, but before I go, this just to some of the I'm putting together a group. I don't want to talk too much about it, but I'm putting together a situation where I ain't signing nobody to me, but I still got artists around me that I'm helping, I'm grooming, and still sharp and still. One hand wash the other, two hands wash the face. Each one teach one. And I'm 5% Nation Guards and Nurse, so I'm big on each one teach one. I come from a coaching background, so my coaching background translates into this music thing. That's why my last mixtape was called Phil Jackson. I feel like I'm Greg Popovich, Mike Krzyzewski, or Phil Jackson of the rap game, especially in my era. So, with Ready Rock being on the way, um, I want to salute DJ Campaign. I want to salute TG, Ruby Lay, T20, my cousin Rashad Champ. My uncle Jay Slim, my uncle David Jones, Precious Splackavelli, the one that set the tone for the family being signed to Atlantic Records in the
Hello,
face.
somebody. SPLACKAVELLIE.
Yeah, that's my uncle. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. Shout out to my moms and my pops. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my nanny and my whole family. But just I want to shout out to my team, my boy Willis and Ike, um, especially Aisha Nightmare Project, like I said, Pope Butler. The reason why I want to shout out my team, I'm so adamant on that because these people been rocking with me the last 10 years. And I'm talking about business and friendship. And that's rare nowadays, including the new people that's been added to the mix, like Bree or like Aisha. That's rare. That's very rare. That's very rare. That's very rare. Like, losing my boy Cook to death in 2018, to a heart attack at 25. A lot of these people been rocking with me for a long time. So they've been putting up with me through all my bullshit. You feel me? My bullshit, my faults, my fuck ups, my flaws. So shout out to them and moving forward, having people like Bree and Aisha on my side. That's all I needed. Like they fucked up when they let me get my mind right and get some of the right people in my corner. Cause I don't need a radio or a hit record to get it popping, quote unquote. Look at West Side Gun and them and Freddie and them and Nip. I don't need that club record. I just need a solid team like I got. So shout out to my team, cause if it wasn't for my team, I wouldn't be sitting here with you right now.
Honey, listen. When I tell you, you already there. You already there. A lot of us, and I'm so glad you said that. So many people feel like they gotta be A-list to be there. It's a lot of A-list celebrities that still aren't there. Do you get what I'm saying? You're already there because your mind gotta be there before you get there. And you've already prepared yourself and surrounded yourself with solid individuals. You surrounded yourself by solid individuals. And I can already see that there's a lot of reciprocity within your team. And for real, Northside Donn, that's what it's about. We love you, we salute you, and we will back you 100%.
Hey baby, thank you
Facts.
and
Facts.
make sure Make sure y'all tap in this Friday night. Rock America, baby. Make America rock again, baby.
I
We
know
taking
that's
it back
right.
to
Look, you have to make
'89.
that Mara, make America rock again, Mara. And look, don't that sound like some ghetto shit, Mara?
Hey, that's it. That's it. I'm
Let's
telling we
make
taking
it
it back.
happen.
We taking it back to the '88 hustler mentality.
I
Hey,
know
we
that's right. The 80s rock.
you know,
Thank
thank you so much for having
you,
me, though.
baby.
Thank
Absolutely. And you are welcome back on this platform anytime. And honestly, when we move over to all things authentic, I would love to have you come back and really talk about the business and your journey through the business.
Oh yeah, I'm coming. You gonna see me now. Oh yeah, I'm coming. I'm in Atlanta all the time now. Ask my people. I'm there all the time.
That's what's
I'm
up.
coming.
That's what's up. Well, what we'll do, we will make sure that you're able to come to a lot of the events. What I'll do when we finish up, I'm gonna start shooting Bree some flyers so that you can be in the building. I really appreciate you. As you can see, you have a situation. We have a couple of situations over here, and we would love to invite you into our space and really talk to you more about coaching because that's what we're about over here on this side. So we about to build a family. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have that extended family. You feel what I'm saying? Because you can't do nothing without them third, fourth, and fifth cousins. So you about to be some third cousins. We about to make some third, fourth, and fifth cousins over here. That's all
That's
I'm
it.
saying.
That's it.
All right, Northside Don, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I'm not even taking him off the screen. He gonna close out this show with me. Make America rock again is what he's doing. He cares about the music. He cares about the business, and he is not playing any games. Make sure you salute him, and make sure on April 30th, guys. Don't forget on April 30th he is dropping his comeback mixtape, Ready Rock. All right, everybody. Have a great evening.